All right, good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into the live broadcast of the second game between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Frisco RoughRiders. First pitch just moments away. And on the mound now is the left-hander Josh Trinidou, as he is on the heel for Frisco to lead off this game. And so far, Bobby, what do we know about him?
Well, I got to say there, Johnny, 96 on a four-seam slider, changeup, and a sinker. So far into his scouting report, which that is pretty good.
Well, the leadoff batter is Francisco Acuna.
No.
As we are now underway, first pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. First pitch at 7:13. Not too late, not too shabby. That's okay. We are making it here. 1-1 the count now as Acuna will foul that one off. Well, I guess we could start a little pregame show right here and now. But, Bobby, I got to say, last night San Antonio took that first game against Frisco. And the final score, 8-1. And so far, how did you like that?
I think it was a pretty good game there, Johnny. At the end of this one, the game was really good last night.
I wholeheartedly agree. Boy, San Antonio in a 2-game winning streak. They took one on Sunday against Springfield, then yesterday against Frisco. So 2 games in a win streak. Let's see if they could keep this one alive, shall we?
Yeah, for sure.
By golly, somebody just revving that engine too loud. It's like they got so many horses running through that engine. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is center fielder Kai Roberts. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be a high pop-up straightaway center. And that is out number 1. With that, let's give the visiting San Antonio Missions their starting lineups. Acuna, Roberts, Murphy, Sanabria, Carpathio, Stungan, Mondu, Linares, and Verdugo will round it out for the visiting San Antonio Missions. In now, center fielder Kai Roberts comes in. Go ahead and give you some scores. Boy, Wichita just up by a bunch against Corpus Christi. There at the porch, it's Wichita 7, Corpus Christi nothing. Midland leading 3-2 against Amarillo in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Arkansas, Tulsa, Northwest Arkansas, Springfield, San Antonio, and Frisco underway tonight in the first innings. Right there in the end for a strike, it's 3-1. Temperature here at game time, 100 degrees. Mostly clear skies as we get into the latter part of the evening. So, would say that would be pretty good. Full count now to Kai Roberts. And the pitch. Right there, not a play. That is foul as he fights that one off. Still put to a 3-2 full count now. 1 out, nobody on here in the first inning. And right there, he held up ball 4. And Trinidou walked his first man, and now a free base on pass.
Well, switch that around. It's free pass on first.
Well, thank you for the correction there, Bobby. Here's the left fielder, Kai Murphy. So far, military appreciation night here at the ballpark. All military personnel, if you show your military ID, you could get 2 free infield seats courtesy of the RoughRiders. That one right there, foul, and it's 1-2. On this series, we'll have this one here in Frisco, the next one in San Antonio, taking on Northwest Arkansas next week. Now right there, going to be an interesting series to get back to Wolf Stadium, but that's called strike 3. and that will be out number 2. The first baseman is Romeo Sanabria. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, and he bobbled it. So the second baseman gets the E4 error, and that is just one thing you don't want to do, because, yep, right there off the wrist, that will be an error on the second baseman. Ouch. So you don't want to make any errors like that, because that'll make a manager just blow his hair out of his head. That is for sure. Right there to second and the first. And the error doesn't come back to haunt him, and that will pretty much do it. No runs, no hits, 1 error for Frisco as we go now to the bottom of the first. And it's no score through half an inning. We'll be right back here in this one. Well, we go to the bottom half of the first inning for the RoughRiders. Right now, the Riders Baseball Network. Left-handed starter is Jamie Hitt as he's on the mound for San Antonio. 97 on the four-seam sinker, a changeup, and so far a pretty good. Oh, yeah, Bobby, turn that down, will you? Do apologize about that. But yes, we'll start over. Four-seam sinker, changeup, slurve, and a cutter for his scouting report for Jamie Hitt. And that one is outside. Is 1 ball and no strikes. Just for future reference, you know, make sure you have that speaker turned down when we're in the live booth and broadcasting, Bobby.
Oh, okay. So even though if the speaker is accidentally on, does that run the whole majority of things?
Well, I want to say that, you know, just keep it turned down if you can. Not getting after you, buddy, just telling you. Lorabelle, Cook, Chavez, Guerrero, Scott, Jones II, Lee Brock, and Hardy will round it out for the Riders here tonight as we go through their starting lineups. Here's Casey Cook, the second baseman, as he comes in. 1 out, nobody on for the Riders. And the pitch. High in the air, up to right field as Braden Carpathios under it. Makes the grab, and that is out number 2.
Batting third.
Well, I do apologize there, Johnny.
Well, it's okay. You're all good. Well, here is Frenier Chavez as he comes in. Hits that ground ball straight to Romeo Sanabria. He'll make the play and end the half inning that way. And so far, that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. We played an inning here tonight. It's no score through 1 as we head for the second inning for San Antonio coming up.
Leading off, the designated hitter.
Well, here's the designated hitter, Clay Dungan, as we get set to go for inning number 2 for San Antonio. And here's the pitch, and that one's going to be high in the air, straightaway center. And that is out number 1. Man, that was just a weak fly contact right there when you see it. Yeah, that did look like one, didn't it there, Bobby?
Yeah.
Third baseman Nate Mondu coming up. Here is a pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, that's a base hit. First hit for San Antonio tonight.
Batting 8.
Now they have a base runner at first, hopefully trying to get something cooking here. Here is 8-hole hitter Oswaldo Linares. Here's the pitch. Right there, ground ball. Second for 1, and they relay it in time, and that's the double play. The half inning over. Boy, they got something going, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did there, Johnny. But again, another weak ball right to the shortstop, up to second, up to first, and that got him out.
Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left for the San Antonio Missions. And we go now to the bottom of 2. Pablo Guerrero will lead it off for the Rough Riders. We come back after this one.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the second inning for the Rough Riders right now here in this one.
Thank you there, Bobby. 4-5 at 6. Due up against Jamie Hitt. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one's going to be lofted high in the air, straightaway up to left field. Kai Murphy under it, makes the grab, and that's out number 1.
Batting 5th, left fielder, number 19.
Left fielder Quincy Scott coming in for Frisco. 1 away, nobody on here in the bottom of 2. That one in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Good power pitch right there, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, you're no kidding right there, Bobby. The 0-1 offering. High in the air and foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 offering. That one's squared up high in the air to straightaway center. Under it is Roberts. And he'll make the play for out number 2.
Designated hitter.
Oh, could it be another 1-2-3 inning for this side?
I don't know there, Bobby, but we'll have to wait and find that out pretty soon. Keith Jones, the second, coming in. The pitch, that one ricochet foul, 0-1. Boy, a lot of confidence going through Jamie Hitt right now. Is only 9 pitches at this start for him for San Antonio. Right there as Verdugo gets him out at first to Romeo Sanabria. That ends the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for the RoughRiders. We go to the third. It's no score through 2. Well, leading off, the second baseman is Luis Verdugo, as he comes in for San Antonio for the third consecutive inning. Want to know the count now to the second baseman. Tonight, Marcos Castañon being off, as he is still on the rehab assignment, but they gave him the night off, which that's pretty nice.
Always a good thing to have a night off, especially after the last few games, and especially last week coming into the series there in San Antonio against Springfield.
That is for sure, Bobby.
Francisco Acuna coming in, 0-1 the count. Oh, you're going to do that again?
Oh, right there. Look at that. Power stop. Guerrero's, he gets that one. That was well hit, as he had to get in there and take that to a stop. And now center fielder Kai Roberts says he'll take that one outside, 1-0. Walking the first is Roberts. Arkansas leading Tulsa 1-0 in the bottom of the second inning. There at All-American, or not All-American, DCJ Field there in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Where are you tonight?
That's a good question. Where am I? Did a coconut hit me in the head? I think it did.
That would cause a big boo-boo right there.
A boo-boo? What do I look like, a 3-year-old?
You're funny.
Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio, and we go now 3.5. Still no score. Marcus Lee Sang will be up for the bottom of 3 when we come back here in this one.
Well, we now head to the bottom of the third for Frisco. Right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network.
Marcus Lee Sang coming in now as we lead off the bottom of the third for the Frisco RoughRiders. 789 due up against Jamie Hit. Right there to the third baseman, Mondu. And that is out number one. Boy, great cat-like reflex for Nate Mondu out there at third. Well, the catcher now, Julian Brack, coming in as he gets ready to go. Batting in the right-hand batter box. That is right there. And that's going to get all the way down up to the center field wall. And that's going to be a leadoff double for Julian Brack. By golly, he hit that one hard. And I tell you one thing, that was a hard-hit ball right up to the straightaway center field area, which apparently that was a pretty good defined hit right there. Theo Hardy coming in, ready to go, and the pitch. That one is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at second. 1 man down here in this third inning. Frisco trying to come back from that 8-1 loss, with San Antonio claiming that first game last night. Right there in the count now, 1-1 after that swing and a miss. Mission's trying to extend their win streak to 3 tonight. Hopefully trying to make it happen for the fans there in San Antonio. 1-2. Right there, not a play foul. It's 1-2. Series will go through Sunday as basically the two teams. We will say goodbye on Sunday to the Frisco RoughRiders after the game. That one's a high pop-up right there to Luis Verdugo. And that is out number 2. Well, kind of sad that this season is almost over. And, you know, after Frisco, we'll have Northwest Arkansas, Springfield, Midland, and Amarillo as the final 4 weeks of baseball near its end. Yep, and most definitely a road trip to Amarillo is basically our last 6 games of the regular season. Eisen Mortabell coming in, 0-1 the count. Swings after a slurve, and the count now 0-2. But to tell you one thing, there will always be a next year for our bulk teams. 2027 being released on the schedule. That one by Mondu right to Sanabria, and that ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left as we go to the 4th inning, and it is no score through 3 on the Wednesday night. Guy Murphy will lead us off as we get set to go for the top of the 4th for San Antonio when we come back.
Fourth inning set to go for San Antonio. Right now, the Riders Baseball Network.
Thank you there, Bobby. And if you heard about Atlas Earth, make sure you download, earn parcels, and earn money just by collecting those. It's really good. Well, we're underway as Kai Murphy leads it off. 0-1 the count now. Proud sponsor of this broadcast is Atlas Earth. Make sure you download the app and you get cash back on the side. It's always good to have something you can rely on. No balls and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch is downstairs. 1-2 the count now. 1-2 offering. Here's the pitch. Right there, a swing and a miss. And he goes down for out number 1. Third strikeout for Josh Trinidad. Looking at the home plate umpire cam right there as he went after it. Comes up empty-handed for strike 3. Romeo Sanabria coming in now. 1 man down here in this 4th inning. That's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Reached on the error, which that was the E4, is 0 for 1 for San Antonio. Boy, Wichita adds another. 8-0 against Corpus Christi. There on the porch in Wichita, Kansas. Midland leading 6-5 there at Waterridge Field in downtown Amarillo. As they're to the bottom of the 4th inning right now. Arkansas leading Tulsa 1-0, bottom of 3. Northwest Arkansas and Springfield scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd. San Antonio and Frisco scoreless in the 4th.
Number 22.
In the start of this 4th inning, as 2 man down, here's Braden Carpathios. Here's the first pitch. And that one is lofted high in the air, straight away, up to right and foul, grounds near the wall as he makes the catch, and that ends the half inning. Well, it's no runs, hits, or rivers, and nobody left aboard as we go 4.5, and still it's no score. Casey Cook will get things ready to rock and roll. We lead off this bottom half of 4 for Frisco.
Well, we're just about set to go for the bottom half of the fourth inning for Frisco right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Casey Cook coming in now as we lead off the home half of 4 for Frisco. As that's taken in for a cold strike, 0-1. Scoreless through 4.5 here tonight. That one outside, 1-1. Bobby, you enjoying the ball game thus far?
I'm really enjoying it with you, buddy.
1-1. And that one is out of play. It's a count now, 1-2. Beautiful August night. Also a school night for those youngsters.
Nope, outside.
That is outside, and the count now 2-2, but they're going to say something about that. And the call is going to stand, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one yanked foul, still hanging on. Two balls, 2 strikes. And that one yanked foul. 2-2 offering. High in the air up to left field is Kai Murphy. Making the play, and that is one down.
Now batting, third baseman.
Man, that's just rough when you think about it. Getting that shirt out at left, that is just rough around the edges. Third baseman Frenier Chavez coming in. 0-for-1 of the night. Fouls that one off in the count now, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. That one up in the right field as Carpathios takes it himself. And that is out number 2.
Baseman, number 27.
First baseman Pablo Guerrero. 0-for-1 fly out. Could be another 1-2-3 inning for this half inning. That one is a pop-up, high in the air, and out of play. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count. And here's the pitch. Swing down as a sinker gets low in the dirt for strike 2.
Ooh-wee. Don't want to ever get caught chasing one of those there, Johnny.
No way, and heaven knows where. I tell you one thing. That one is high in the air. Boy, that is out of here. Gone. And Frisco takes the lead on a home run by Pablo Guerrero. 405 foot, over 105 to the mile per hour. And the Riders will score in first. It's 1-0. Pretty good hit as that bounces off that berm out there. That's right there, pretty good. Here's the pitch right there and in for a cold strike, 0-1. As left fielder Quincy Scott is now out to the Riders box. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That is through for a base hit all the way to the wall. And that will be a 2-out double for Quincy Scott.
Now batting.
Man, and Frisco trying to get in this one tonight. And we look how hard the base hit came in after the home run. And for sure, that was a really good one as well. Keith Jones, the second, coming in. Here's the pitch to him. He goes after it, comes up empty-handed. It's 0-1. 0-for-1 ground out by the designated hitter, Jones, the second. Tulsa leading 3-1 against Arkansas in the top of the fourth inning. No score there in Springfield against Northwest Arkansas. Here's a pitch.
Swing and a miss. Boy, he getting him chasing. Count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. That one high in the air, up to left field. And Murphy under it makes a grab, and that is the inning. Pablo Guerrero getting that one as he blisters that ball out to left field, and he gets it out of here. It's 1-0 RoughRiders as we head to the 5th as they lead it here in this one. The designated hitter, Clay Dungan, will be up now for San Antonio, coming up next as we lead off the 5th for the Missions. Well, we're about set to go for the top half of the 5th inning for San Antonio. Right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Clay Dungan getting ready to go against Josh Trinidad. That's 6-7-8 due up here in this 5th inning for the San Antonio Missions.
So, Johnny, I've got a question for you, and I hope you can answer it really good.
Okay, well, what's your question?
Atlas Earth, what is it all about? And, I mean, because I'm pretty much interested in downloading the app, gaining parcels, all types of stuff. But you talk about cashback rewards. Is it an award app, or what is it?
Well, after this, we'll get started on that question for you. Josh Trinidad at 50% on the four-seam fastball for strikes, and he is really getting on cruise control. Third baseman Nate Mondu coming in. So, yes, the question is that Atlas Earth is a awards app. You know, when you earn your first parcel for free, but when you get in, you link your debit card in there, and you really get in to making purchases. you get Atlas bucks. Those are good for your parcels. And when you purchase your parcels, you own them forever. They are yours. You can own a lot of them. There's a guy called the King of Queens. He has 155,575. And he's got a 25% boost because he owns about 900, or actually it's 9,997 badges, because this guy goes like everywhere. He travels to get badges. But also there's a awards ladder. You could do awards, the monthly tier, which that's also good. I do that too. Right there up to right field. That's a line drive for a base hit. But also, you make money. You're off the clock. You make money. You could do whatever you want. But, you got to let that thing grow. It's like growing a garden. Or playing the waiting game or whatever. But anyway, tell me more about it. Okay, what do you want to know?
Well, I would like to learn a lot about this app. Is it good for investing?
It is good for investing, but most evidently, you got to play it like the crypto market. You got to make sure that you're not touching your money, because if you touch it, you cash out. That's okay if you cash out. If you want the money, good. If you don't, just leave it alone. Because for me, I leave mine alone. It's good to leave it alone because I want to make sure that thing will grow and one day get up to $1,000 and continuously get up to $1,000. I'm also looking forward to get at least 800 to 900 parcels by the end of this year, hopefully.
Wow, so show me a lot about it.
Okay, so we can show you more about the app, and so far a called strike 3 right there, and that will be the side retired. Well, anyway, that was a 1-2-3 inning as a 3-2 full count gets Francisco Acuna getting out for the third strike, and that would pretty much do it. Marcus Lee Sang coming in.
So your badges, what does your badges do?
Well, obviously, it gives you a little boost on your rent. You have a rent boost. You always got to make sure that also 50%, you get the super rent boost once every 2 weeks. So, you look at mine and stuff, apparently it is looking pretty good. I've got 2 balls and no strikes. I got 743 parcels, and so far I got 362 common, 229 rare, 107 epic, and 45 legendary, which that's right now in this one. Boy, that one is high, deep to right field, and that one's carrying. It is gone. And Frisco strikes for a nuller as Marcus Lee Sang comes in. And it's 2-0 Frisco RoughRiders. Boy, they are really getting something going. Right there, Bobby?
Well, pretty good. Also, I just want to say thank you for sharing Atlas Earth with me. And so far, I am going to literally download the app and put in the money for that, and it's going to be really good. So thank you for telling me about that, Johnny.
You're most certainly welcome. Anybody that watches the live stream tonight, they will know what it's all about. It's a great way to make money on the side if you want. Julian Brock coming in as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. 1-for-1 double to the Frisco catcher tonight. Don't forget, RoughRiders will wear their queso jerseys on Thursday and Friday. Weekend baseball with Frisco and San Antonio. be the last ever weekend of these two ball clubs to face each other for this year. So making sure these two ball clubs
The shortstop,
will have a fair play, and so far, always a good thing.
Yeah, most definitely, Johnny.
Theo Hardy coming in.
Well,
1 run in this half inning, already scores in. Yes, and it scored in when I was telling you all about Atlas Earth, which that is a pretty good one. That one right there hit to Luis Verdugo, right to Romeo Sanabria, and that is out number 2.
right fielder, number 6.
Well, the right fielder, Jason Mortabel, over to a pop out and a ground out. Here's the windup and the pitch.
ball, outside.
And that one is outside for the ball. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to count. And the pitch.
Up.
And that one is in for a code strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 offering.
That's a ball.
Outside for the ball, 2-1. But yes, there's a lot of players that play this game, and so far I bet there's a lot of players that attending the ball game tonight that play Atlas Earth. So, yeah, make sure you download it there, Bobby.
Oh, already on it.
Well, right there, that will do it. And so far, Marcus Lee Sang coming in as he blistered the home run out of the ballpark. And now the Rough Riders lead it 2-0 as we go to the 6th inning. Well, halfway through this Wednesday night, Military Appreciation Night here tonight, as we get ready to go for the top half of the 6th inning for San Antonio. Frisco, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. For San Antonio, only 2 hits for the Missions. Hopefully trying to get something going into the top half of their 6th inning. Just hopefully trying to get something going.
Well, hopefully there, Johnny.
Leading off, shortstop.
Well, we got your line look here, and we go to the top of the 6th. But, you know, we do have to go to commercial messages. Number 33 now on for San Antonio, and that is Francisco Acuna. Roberts and Murphy will lead it off when we come back here in this one on this Wednesday evening. We're back here for Rough Riders Baseball. Straight ahead, top of the 6th coming up.
Well, we head for the top half of the sixth inning right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network.
With a leadoff batter, Francisco Acuna leads it off for San Antonio. That one yanked foul. It's 0-1. Springfield leading 1-0 against Northwest Arkansas, bottom of the fifth inning. Wichita 9-2 against Corpus Christi. They're at the porch in Wichita, Kansas. That one high in the air, not a play. It's 0-2, still hanging on. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And here's the pitch. That one high fly in the air to right field. And the right fielder will make the grab.
Now batting.
And that is out number 1.
24.
Well, that'll bring in center fielder Kai Roberts 0 for 1, a walk. Hopefully to get something going here in a 2-0 ball game as the RoughRiders hold this lead to 2 runs. Out number 2 was Kai Roberts. Didn't last too long on that one. Here is the left fielder Kai Murphy.
Man, San Antonio better do something in a hurry because being down 2-0, that's rough around the edges, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're saying there, Bobby. Mark Church and Mason Thompson, 2 right-handed relievers, now getting warm-ups going out there in the Frisco bullpen. That one right there hit to the second baseman. Throw down, and that will end the half inning. And so far, now, bottom of the 6th we go. Well, Frisco leading 2-0 here tonight, making the home crowd happy. And we go now to the bottom of the 6th as we hear
Leading off.
in Frisco go 2-0 Riders. The second baseman is Casey Cook as he comes in. Here's the windup and the pitch by Jamie Hitz. As he takes in a strike, it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Right there for strike 2. He powered that one in there. And it's 0-2.
By golly, that was just a pitch in perfect contact in the strike zone.
And right there, called third strike. They got him towards the backwards K. And that is out number 1. But Jamie hit tonight, the pitch arsenal points to the four-seam fastball of 47 pitches, or 47% of his pitches has been in there for strikes. So far, the combination of his ball and strike counts have been really good, except not enough quality strikes. That's something he's got to work on for San Antonio in Double-A.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, Johnny. He's really got to make sure that he stays focused, command of his pitches. That's what he's got to do in order to claim another win. He's had a pretty good year for San Antonio. I sure hope he could keep going.
Right there, a changeup, and that is swung on and missed. And the third strikeout for Jamie Hitt makes it 2 down for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Pablo Guerrero being that home run as he hits that one high in the air up to left center. And it's Kai Roberts to make the play. That ends the inning. Well, we're off to the 7th inning here tonight. Frisco leading it 2-0 as we go to the 7th inning for San Antonio here in this one. Mark Church, a right-handed reliever, is now out on the mound for Frisco. 3.86, 12.7 percentage, and strikeout rates 167, over a 300
First baseman, number
here in this one. Romeo Sanabria leads it off for San Antonio. 4, 5, and 6 due up against a new arm, Mark Church. That one's going to be high in the air. That's going to get down, and that's going to bring in a run up to second base. And Sanabria has the leadoff double.
Now batting,
Finally, something going here in this half inning. As San Antonio has 9 outs to play with, so that should be good enough to get some runs in and to see if they could win another one here in the RoughRiders territory tonight. Here's Braden Carpathios now. That one is hard hit, high in the air. And not enough to advance the runner from second. So he will stay put after the fly out.
the designated hitter, Clay Dunn.
And that'll bring in the designated hitter, Clay Dungan. 0 for 2 strikeout in the flyout. Boy, a lot of pinks and purples on the horizon as it gets nightfall here. That one is high fly in the air, and that one foul. It's 0-1. 1 out, runner at second. Here's the pitch. And that's a ground ball straight away short. Up in time for out number 2. Ouch. They better not be wasting outs because the opportunity stands if San Antonio can actually get something going. Well, everybody believes in the former Rockhounds third baseman Nate Mondu being here for San Antonio, which that is pretty good. Circle change is fouled off, 0-1 the count. But anyway, I think that unwritten rule will be banished. So basically, you can now say whatever you believe in what you say. You know, you can call the pitch or you could just be as is. Well, I'm really thinking that, we don't want cheaters on here. So making sure that we don't call the pitch strikes or anything like that, I think that's a whole lot better. That is for sure. I agree. Let's keep it the way it is. Well, no runs a hit, no errors. 1 left on for San Antonio, and we go now 7.5. Frisco leads it 2-0. We go bottom of 7 coming up right after break. Quincy Scott will lead it off for Frisco, and we'll be right back after the 7th inning stretch.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the seventh inning here tonight for Frisco. And we're back here as Quincy Scott gets ready to go. Here's John Baker to deliver us the rest of this broadcast.
Thank you there, Bobby. Well, it looks like the manager's coming out, and so far there will be a change on the mound for San Antonio as Matthew Watson will be a first right-handed reliever coming in. Uh-oh, we got a call coming in. I will be back in just a little bit.
Well, we head to the bottom half of the seventh inning. And on now the hill is Matt Watson as he gets ready to go for San Antonio tonight. John Baker, take it away.
Thank you, Bob. Quincy Scott getting ready to go as we lead off the bottom half of the stretch inning. Sorry if we took a little too long. I just had to go talk to my dad real quick. And so far now, the count now, 0-1. Boy, to tell you one thing, hopefully San Antonio could get something going. Top of the eighth inning, 6 outs to work with. Not a lot of outs, but you got to be very conservative with your outs. And so far, that's all you need to do.
Well, that's pretty much all you have to do there, Johnny, and I wholeheartedly agree.
I mean, San Antonio could get something going, and hopefully they can. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of 7, RoughRiders leading it 2-0. Hit to Verdugo. Passes right to Sanabria. I was going to call him Rosemond Verdugo, but that'd be a former San Antonio mission that used to be on the San Diego Padres AA affiliate club for San Antonio. Heath Jones, the second, comes in as he'll take that one in for a strike. It's 0-1.
It would be Romeo Sanabria out there first base.
Thank you, Bob, for the correction. Right there, high pop-up. Nate Mondu, the third baseman, under it. That is out number 2.
Boy, what a productive inning of getting this one. And boy, the center fielder, Marcus Lee Sang, coming in 1 for 2, a solo home run in the 5th. With that right there, a pretty good one.
That is for sure. Here's the pitch right there. Downstairs, it's 1-0. Boy, Tulsa leading Arkansas 7-3. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Springfield 2-0 against Northwest Arkansas as they now enter into the bottom of the 7th as well. That one right there, and now the count now, 0-1. Or 1-1 the count, sorry about that. Midland leading 8-6 against Amarillo. They're the bottom of the 7th inning at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Wichita leading 9-2 against Corpus Christi there at the Porch in Wichita, Kansas. 1-2 offering. Right there to Romeo Sanabria. He'll make the play and end the half inning. So it's no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Frisco. And we head to the 8th inning. The RoughRiders out in front. It's 2-0.
Leading off, catcher number 4.
Well, the catcher, Oswaldo Linenara, is coming in now. 1 for 2 single for San Antonio. We get going here in the top half of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be high in the air. Up to center field. That's out number 1.
Second baseman, number 11.
Boy, that is just terrible when you have to get in and you can't make a home run and they just keep holding you down. RoughRiders trying to win this ball game by those 2 runs. Here's the pitch.
Right there, line drive, and that's through for the base hit. Boy, that got past the shortstop really good.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Acuna.
Well, the leadoff batter is Francisco Acuna, 0 for 3 of the night. And the pitch. And that one is drilled. That is going, that is getting down. And that's going to bring in a run on Francisco Acuna's double.
Man, and looky there, finally something going on for San Antonio as they bring in the run, which that right there was really good.
I have to agree. Here's Kai Roberts now. The pitch. And that one's crushed. High in the air. That one flies out for San Antonio. It is gone. First one for Kai Roberts, 102. And the Missions take the lead. It's now 3-2.
Man, never thought that they would get in there, and they got something going tonight.
Yeah, they do. Close game as here in the top half of the 8th inning. 371 foot on that one, and so far now here comes the Riders manager, as that will do for the right-handed reliever Mark Church as he gets out of the ball game.
Now pitching, Mason.
Boy, a new right-handed reliever, Mason Thompson, coming in. ERA 11.81, 18.3 percentage in strikeout rates, 310 and 368, which that is good right there. Kai Murphy coming in now as he'll lead it off, as he'll foul that one out of play. It's 0-1. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, a ground out coming in for San Antonio. Boy, so far, not a lot of game changers out in the Texas League tonight, but there has been a lot of scoring in for Wichita. And that one's gone. And San Antonio has at least 2 to lead this ball game.
Boy, tell you one thing, always a good sight to see when the Missions could come back and get something going.
That right there is for sure. But I tell you one thing, boy, number 1 just really got something going. That right there by Kai Murphy. Run out of room, and uh-oh, you're in trouble now as that one gets out of here. Boy, it's a 2-run lead for San Antonio as first baseman Romeo Sanabria comes in. He doubled last time around as 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. That one ricochet foul. It's 0-2. And that one right there for the called strike 3. They got him down. So that is out number 2 as Sanabria goes down on a strikeout. And 2 down here in this one. Here's right fielder Braden Carpathios as he comes in. That one in for a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that's in for a strike. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And here's the pitch. High in the air, and now a play. And the count now, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. And that will do it. Boy, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And they leave 1 on. We go bottom of the 8th inning. San Antonio leads it 4-2. So we'll be right back as Julian Brock will lead it off for Frisco when we come back.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning right now for the Riders Baseball Network. Julian Brock coming in now. 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. San Antonio leading 4-2 in this ball game. Here's the pitch. Ground ball straight to Mondu. Throws down to Romeo Sanabria, out number 1.
Now batting, the short
5 outs left for Frisco tonight. Here is shortstop Theo Hardy, 0 for 2, a pop out and a ground out. Don't forget, our two teams will continue this series tomorrow evening. First pitch at 7:05 for Thursday night baseball between San Antonio and the Quesos tomorrow evening. No balls and 1 strike the count. And here is the pitch. That one ground ball straight away. Sanabria takes it himself. No assist needed.
now batting,
And that is out number 2.
number 6.
Well, a good way to get something going for San Antonio. And so far, just a pretty good play.
That is for sure. Here's Yaisen Morabel as he comes in. The pitch. And that one is in for a strike. It's 0-1. 0 for 3 is Morabel. The pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. 0-2. Nasty sweeper that came in, and boy, really just came in pretty good. Here's the 0-2. High pop up to left field. Murphy under it, makes the play, and ends the half inning. No runs, hits or errors, and nobody left on for Frisco. And to the 9th we go. San Antonio leads it 4-2. Well, we're back here as designated hitter Clay Dungan will get ready to go once we get started for the top of 9.
Well, we go to the top half of the ninth inning for San Antonio right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. And now the designated hitter, Clay Dungan, as he gets ready to go. We welcome you to Wednesday Night Baseball here in Frisco, Texas. That one is up for a 2-ball and no strike count. Held up quite well for our San Antonio boy. That one high in the air right there, up in left field as he reaches up and makes the play. He is the left fielder. Boy, San Antonio down to at least 2 outs left of tonight. Bottom of the ninth inning set to go as RoughRiders will hopefully get something going back. But Mission's holding a 2-run lead against Frisco. That should be enough to propel them to a W. That one is right there, and that's going to get to a leadoff double for Nate Mondu as he comes in and coasts into scoring position with a 1-out double. Boy, what a way to get something going in this offensive alignment as third baseman Mondu gets going in for the San Antonio Missions. But everybody likes Nate Mondu, especially me. I mean, for a guy that was formerly on the Midland Rockhounds roster back in 2018, which apparently that was a really good year for him to play for the Rockhounds, and it was really good. Oswaldo Linares coming in now. 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at second. That is Nate Mondu being out there. We'll take that one in for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 out. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Up to the shortstop. Out number 2. And the San Antonio Missions down to their final out here in the ninth inning. They're so far doing something really good. And hopefully trying to get something going. Well, RoughRiders manager is now relieving Mason Thompson out of the ball game, and so far that will be it for number 22. New right-handed reliever Trey Subak coming in now. The scouting report is a 4-seam slider, changeup, and a curveball, but a 96 on the 4-seamer, which that, quite frankly, can plunk a bird off your shoulder if you allow him to, and might give that bird a headache. Second baseman Luis Verdugo being the final out of the half inning. And the pitch is right there and out of play. The count now 0-1. There's the pitch, and that one is right there and out of play. The count now 0-2. RoughRiders will have the bottom of the ninth to get something going. That one high fly in the air to straightaway center, and that will do it. Well, RoughRiders have at least 3 chances to get something going, but we go now to the bottom of the ninth inning. That will lead off Casey Cook, Vernier Chavez, and Pablo Guerrero here in this one. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Here's the second baseman, Casey Cook, as he comes in. Well, we go all ready for some scores. Wichita still leading Corpus Christi by a bunch, 9-3. Boy, it's an 8-8 ball game there in Amarillo. Bottom of the 8th inning, as both sides are 8-8. And that one is outside. The count now 2-0. Arkansas leading Tulsa 8-7. Springfield 3-1 in the top of the ninth inning against Northwest Arkansas. San Antonio leading 4-2 against the Riders. Now it's 3-0 count on the pitch clock violation. And here's the pitch. Right there and in for a strike, and they're going to challenge that one.
And the call is going to uphold right there, 3-1. So pretty good right there. 3-1 offering. Right there, ground ball. Verdugo picks it from the dirt. Right there to Sanabria. That's out number 1.
Third baseman, Rainier Chavez.
Well, Frenier Chavez coming in now, 0 for 3. Strikeout and a line out and a ground out. 2 outs left for the RoughRiders tonight. San Antonio ready to pick up another win here in the series in Game 2. Don't forget our 2 teams tomorrow night, 7:05, continuation of the 3rd game of the 6-game series against San Antonio. And that one is out of play. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one's a base hit up the middle. And that's a 1-out single for Frenier Chavez as he comes in.
Now batting, first baseman.
That'll bring in the first baseman as he comes in. That one high in the air, straight away. That is foul. And the count now 0-1. Well, they're going to intentionally walk him over, so
Now batting,
now that'll bring in the tying run. The go-ahead is Quincy Scott. Boy, now something getting ready to go here in this one. Here's the pitch right there and foul. And it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that one is right there. And that's going to drop right up to the right fielder. And that's going to plate in 2 more. And we are tied at 4. So San Antonio lost a 2-run lead on that. And I don't know what Carpathios was doing. But now the winning run is now getting ready, and that's going to be in for the strike, 0-1. No call. It's going to stand 0-1 to count. 0-1 offering.
Nope, that's low.
Downstairs, and it's 1-1. 4-4 ball game, bottom of 9. Keith Jones, the second, winning run at 90 feet. Base hit would win this series in the second game. Here's the pitch. And that one fouls away, and it's 1-2. 1-2 offering. And right there, called strike 3, and that will be out number 2. Marcus Lee Sang coming in now as, boy, tell you one thing, just a 4-4 tie is getting in, but now 90 feet away is that runner. And that's going to be right there, and that's going to win it. And the Riders walk it off. Wow, and what a time to get something going. And boy, Marcus Lee Sang being the crown champion of this one. Boy, look at that. They walk it off. And they got something going. They did indeed. What a night for Frisco. Boy, final score there in Springfield, 3-1. They beat Northwest Arkansas by 2. Tied ball game, bottom of the 6th inning, 8-8 is the score. 8-8 for the Midland Rockhounds and Amarillo Sod Poodles. Wichita now calls the game 9-3 final against Corpus Christi. And Frisco now calls the game against San Antonio 5-4. Trey Supak gets the win. Matthew Watson is the loss tonight for the San Antonio Missions. Well, I gotta say, pitch perfect evening as we wrap up a great Wednesday. And so far, a good one indeed as we wrap up today. Well, Frisco wins their 60th. And so far, they cross-hoed into a 60/49 record, which that right there pretty good. So far, and a good night for us here tonight. So Wichita will claim their 46 against Corpus Christi. So now one more night evenly as San Antonio and Corpus Christi combined 51-59 in their win and loss record. It's that right there pretty good. Springfield getting that 2-run victory against Northwest Arkansas. And now it's a 45-64 loss for the Naturals. So pretty good right there as Springfield claims their 55th of the season and put Northwest Arkansas to their 64th loss tonight. So we do have 4 ball clubs going, and all of them are tied 8-8. We look at Rockhounds and Sod Poodles. Top of the 9th inning, 8-8 is the score. And top of the 7th inning, Arkansas and Tulsa at 8-8. Well, anyway, I got to say, this will pretty much do it for the ball game here tonight in Frisco. And so far, what a day it's been. It's been a long day, and it's pretty much time for us to go to bed and have a good night's rest. And so far, hope y'all get home safely. 2 teams continue the series tomorrow evening. 7:05 our first pitch. Make sure you guys come on in as we'll have Thursday night baseball here on the show. And so far, that'd be pretty good. For all of us here, we hope that y'all have a good night. RoughRiders win it by the walk-off home run. And the final score, Frisco 5, San Antonio 4. Well, I hope to see y'all again. And Bobby, do you have anything?
Not that I know of, Johnny, but you covered everything tonight, which you always do. And so far, pretty good.
Well, thank you there, Bobby.
Hey, well, excuse me.
I got to say, I'm going to probably let you cover tomorrow. And so far, hopefully, you can have that one and the next one after that.
Oh, that would be pretty good.
All right. Well, we'll do that. All right, so hopefully see y'all again tomorrow, and have a good night.